Hello everybody, welcome back. So let's have a look at VRA. So VRA has definitely been one of the most aggressive pumps since this double bottom of the bottom of the market has been put in, and actually behaved slightly different on the way down than the entire market did. Slower, in fact, a bit more bearish. Not by the amount that it's receded, even though that has been pretty significant. You know, from the top to the bottom, at 86%. There was 3 coins that we were monitoring all the way down, saying that these are the ones that we're looking to buy once they have established uptrends, and then we'll go a little. Well, I will go a little bit hard on these things. You know, there's been a lot of profit made just this year alone, and so it's worth taking some risks on some, I suppose, some high risk, high return charts. This was one of them. Bepro was another, and so was OMI, which has so far been a bit of a letdown. But we'll go into that another day. So in a way, this has been the best one so far, from my entry point. That would be anyway. Bepro, I had to make sure that Bepro had reached a bottom and had gone into a bit more of a sturdy uptrend before buying into it, because there was a chance that if it did break down further, it could have gone down another 90% from the entry point. So I know that sounds crazy, but trying to catch knives on assets like this in what could have potentially been a bear market is that's for gamblers, really. It's not for me. We had to wait for these things to gain a bit of strength before buying into them. So I felt a bit more comfortable buying into this one as soon as we had re-established the 200 exponential, and you know, since then it's been doing pretty well. We've come up to, I suppose, just getting front run, I suppose, from the first level of major resistance at 4 cents. So just being front run by less than a fraction of a cent, really, and that's perfectly normal. In fact, that's what you would expect when something is a strong psychological figure, like a round number, because humans are very basic animals, aren't we? We like to see things as easy and as plain as possible. So 4 cents is definitely going to be a bit of a resistance for us. But the traders out there will have traded smartly if they wanted to get in and out of this trade. Now, for me personally, I don't see any reason to get out of this trade quite yet. I still think this has got quite a lot further to go. But for the moment, it's consolidating from this big push up, and I will measure this from my entry point. But it's not just my entry point. This is where the strength really started to pick up when we started to reclaim these moving averages. So essentially, over 2x from the bottom to the top, and doing still quite well. Now, we're above all major moving averages at the moment, which is looking pretty good. We are turning down, or about to turn down, with a negative cross on here with the MACD, which is it's not bearish. It just says a bit more consolidation is possible. But for those who really want to pick this up, you would want to think about staggering your buys. You don't want to go all in and things. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. It's definitely not financial advice. My entry point has been done. It's quite low, and I would expect it to work out over time. Buying any more of this now, it's not for me to say. It's not for me anyway. My entry point is done, so you guys do as what you want. But if there were to be targets, we would be thinking about moving averages, and we'd be thinking about the 10 exponential being the most bullish, and then the 21 as the next level below that. And then, you know, as we have had a golden cross now, and we've not really dumped into it, a lot of the time you do expect to see dumps into golden crosses. Let's just see, did we get one last time we had a golden cross? We had a golden cross over here. I'm going to have to turn this onto the log scale. We got a golden cross, and no, we didn't get dumped into, actually. So yeah, it's normally what we would see, what we would expect is to see a dump after a golden cross to retest these lower levels of support. So maybe we won't get one of those. Maybe it is just that bullish, and it just isn't going to happen. Either way, I'm pretty bullish on this on the daily day. It looks pretty good to me. Obviously, this is going to be a very volatile chart, so I would expect volatility to continue. And again, obviously, we're above all major moving averages on the weekly. We're snaking up a little bit high here. It's the only thing that concerns me. Not massively concerns me, but it does concern me a little bit. We're getting into an 81 read at the moment, and but the rest of it looks quite good. So for those who think or are saying that this is going to hit, you know, $1 or whatever, I mean, I can't say if it will or won't, but given the way that I like to use money flow indexes, and let's just go back to the weekly and see what the MFI was at the peak over here. So we managed to get a read of 99. So this can prove itself to get extremely hot and overheated before it wants to pull back. I can imagine this, you know, breaking up above 95, 96, 97 again before I would consider taking some decent amount of profit on this one, which means that yes, we are you know, breaking getting into an uncomfortable territory, but for an asset like this, I think it can get way hotter before it's time to start getting out. So when we talk about people saying it's going to hit $1, or there's always people talking about dollars, isn't there? Everything's got to be round numbers. It's got to hit $1. It's got to hit $1. I think on this first run now, the run that we're getting now, I think that would be unlikely to imagine. I think what we'll have is we'll have a decent run on this one, surpassing our previous all-time high, maybe pushing up towards maybe 7 or 8 cents possibly, before a nice big retracement on that one. And then we get back in accordingly when things have cooled down. Now again, we're not overheated at the moment, so we can't really even begin to say where the top is going to be on this run. Could be here, we don't know, but I think it's more likely to continue over a period of weeks and months until we get an overheated read, which could be much higher than 7, 8 or 9. Could be much higher than that, but we don't know until we get there. We're only speculating, and at the moment speculation is not really going to get us anywhere. It's a matter of monitoring how overheated the chart will be when these big moves come, and I believe they will come. Breaking above 4 cents shouldn't take much for it to suddenly make a new all-time high and then carry on from there. And it's at that point that we really do have to monitor how hard this money flow index is getting. And again, previously we managed to get almost all the way up to 99, or we were close to 100. So similar to Referall, anyone who wanted to buy into this, around here, or anybody who ever wants to buy anything, I would always suggest you have a look at the money flow index on the weekly, see how high it is, and if it's in the 90s, then I would say you just have to accept really sometimes that you've missed the boat, and there's plenty of boats out there. This is cryptocurrency after all. There's alt seasons everywhere. We're in the marina, and within this marina there's plenty of boats. They're coming and going all day long, and if you've missed one, it won't take long for you to discover another one where you can go on your adventures with. So, but yeah, for the moment, I'm very pleased with the way this is going. I expect more. I expect a lot more. But I am not looking for this to reach $1 anytime soon. Will it reach $1 one day? It could. I don't know. It could, but not without massive pumps and then consolidations afterwards. So I'm not into this for being in it completely massively for the long run. I'm looking to scale out on the way up and definitely get out mostly when the money flow index reaches areas of over 95, 96, 97. And if it ever reaches 99 again, obviously you want to get out. You don't want to be in anything when it's at 99. You just don't. It's just too much risk. Too much risk to reward, as this chart and Bepro's chart have already explained to us. There is a downside. There's a dark side and a downside to cryptocurrency, and that's being caught on the wrong side of a trade, and then basically losing close to 90%, or in Bepro's case 95% of your investment from top to bottom in a period of 3 months or less. Anyway, I'll leave it with you there. I'm very happy about the way this is going. I expect more, and I'll see you later. Take it easy.